We are here and we are ready. And we are most of the way through the pistol round. So let's see what we got here. Big swing out of Satsu. Huge hold from Chrissy G. But now on the 1v3, it's rough for Zelex. And EXILIUM was looking good to take the CT pistol, which I dare say they're going to be happy with. MOUZ NXT starting T-side. Probably means that they were the ones to pick Nuke there in the veto. And the Latvians starting strong. Oh, there's actually two alive. Swinging, shooting, Hikari. Gonna be able to grab that first, not grab the second. Zelex with the bomb will have space to make his way up the vent and plant, presumably. Nice and safe in the corner. Here's the footsteps coming. We'll be able to get his gun out just in time. And even over towards Hut. Ooh, positioning from EXILIUM. Sneaky, tapping. No kit. But the stick is here, and Hikari from Heaven is holding. Zelex swings out, but won't be able to stop the defuse. Hikari, sharp shots. Chasing them around, but they get the job done. And EXILIUM will take that CT pistol. Beautiful. Right, Molly. We'll divide the troops for the moment. MOUZ NXT with that plant, have that buy, and pretty much have the A site sorted. Rich in a bit of an odd position. Just waiting for Chrissy to get close to him, swinging together. Strength in numbers, and that's going to bring it back to the 3v3. Joey swinging. 1 for 1, though. And Vladik just trying to figure out where both these T's are playing. That smoke just denying so much time for the main member to make his way in, dropping a hut side, swinging around and looking to make sure the main player can swing through. Techie not going to do it. With the smoke going down, it wasn't a smoke, it was something else. Tap 2, but a swing from Ayok is huge enough to get a first round on the board. And MOUZ NXT, they do it just barely, but that is going to be crucial because EXILIUM's economy now in the damn bin. Probably going to be going for the force off the back of that. Unfortunate scenes. There's an AK. Wait. Joey's a player for MOUZ. So that's what's going on. I think we're still working on the technical issues just with the HUD, guys. But other than that, you know, sun's out, guns out. Get ready for a beautiful game and a huge stack from the Latvians down towards the B site. Good read so far. MOUZ NXT happy to fight outside. Flash towards the yard. And a slow creep with the diags in towards the stack. This could go south very quickly indeed. Pyramid. Gonna be spotted. Toby's. Boom. See you later. He's trying to get out of there. Joey gonna be falling and things get even more awkward. Ayok swinging around. Head on the swivel. We'll be able to deal with the pressure from the B site. Stuck at decon. Vladik happy to hold there with a glue in hand. Smoke to try and lock him in. Down on that lower site. But Ayok, he is playing a dangerous game there. Is he gone through the smoke? Looks like he's made his way through the vent, chasing. Headshot found by Rich. Lovely deagle shot. Ooh. And Satsu could be in trouble there. He will be. And now it's all up to Ayok in a 1v2. Man's only got 4 points of health to play with. A flash, a dream, and he needs to spray shortly. Tags him. Taps him. Oh, taps them both. Gets him like that. The spam at the end of the magazine of the Tech 9. Lovely little clutch there for MOUZ NXT. And that's going to be 2-1 on the board. EXILIUM. Do they think about buying? I don't know. I feel like they do. They know that there's been one alive for the last 2 rounds. MOUZ NXT's economy is not going to be looking too good at all. Yeah, they've gone and done it. So a full force again. If they can crack that T economy slightly with a bit of an upset round, then there's every chance for them to start to get back into the half in a strong fashion. Is it AOK or AOK? That's a great question. For the sake of a syllable, AOK's great. Is it actually AOK? So wait, who's not in the server? That was there before. Jorko. I feel like Jorko's not there for MOUZ. So I don't know if he's the sub. Or if Toby's is just the IGL and unfortunately doesn't have the face-it stats of everyone else. That's the big question people are asking. And we'll figure out momentarily. Forcebuy not off to the greatest start with a big pick from Satsu. Main smoke disrespected. Belly going straight through it. Oh, how's this timing? Back to main he goes. Mollied off. Awkward position. Almost would have been better going through the main smoke. But do they expect Hikari in heaven? Nasty little angle. Great clearance from Zelix though. Make sure there is no sneaky individuals hiding anywhere. And it's looking like a very clean round. 5 alive for MOUZ. No trades coming out. And it's just Vladik in the 1v5. Should be good to save, although that HE may change the outcome for sure. Softening up the CT. And MOUZ, like, arguably, they're happy just to survive themselves. They know he's just got the MP9. What harm can the P shooter do, really? Not enough. Vladik creating space. We'll survive. We'll carry across the Kevlar and at least one primary weapon into the 5th. And we'll see if that's going to be enough to find more damage on a MOUZ. But have a look at that. Joey and AOK looking damn good to kick things off. 6 kills each in just 4 rounds. And they're looking to keep this pressure up. Lobby control. 4 players here just to stop any attempt at a crunch, but it is going to be out as pressure instead. Zelix deals with it perfectly. 3-man spray transfer. Hikari making noise, dropping in the vent. Not sure if Joey will have heard that though. Shout out to the weird vertical sound occlusion still here in CS2. And with that info, Vladik will chase through Trophy. Starting to make his way back there on the flank. Looking like Toby's will have that covered. Hikari here at outside. Not a favourable fight at all. And Zelix now on for the ace. Just needs to find the final man. Slow burn to the end of the round. Joey with the exit. locking that one in. And MOUZ, solid beginnings to nuke here on the T side. EXILIUM with their first real full buy. First real gun-on-gun round. Let's see if they can find more success than they have so far. Going heavy towards the A site. Expecting maybe a faster approach there from MOUZ, but this time with the diags, they're happy just to go outside. Glaive smoke gets blown just for info, but there's no CT spotted. And it's Chrissy from afar looking to deny any deep cross. But, ooh, smoke fading. And MOUZ, it looked like they wanted to go for that. A-OK. Standing back. It boils down to, ooh, exactly where all these members are going to be playing. Awkward for MOUZ. Still have a couple of bits of util, but where's that flash on Joey? Nowhere to be seen. Satsu falling. And this is a much better round for EXILIUM. 5 alive so far. And it's Zelex and Joey to try and get this one going. Rich falling there with a sneaky peek in warehouse. And Chrissy, fully focused on main, allows Zelex some space to make his way to heaven. Slowly but surely. Let's see if he can catch a timing. He will. Okay. The defense starts to crumble. 2v3 now. Remember, this was a 2v5. Molly to the perfect position. Hikari burnt out of hut. Space created for Joey to make his way across it. Door needs to win that fight. Hikari just wants to draw attention away from the vent member. But now there's a lot of noise being made. Belly nading, just trying to draw attention. And it's awkward as hell. Hikari in the corner. This 2v5 has been converted. Oh, and that is a spirit breaker if I've ever seen one. Oh, my Lord. Beautifully played by those two. Zelex, Joey, take a bloody bow. It's not actually a 4v5, guys. We're just trying to figure that out. There's a issue with one of the players not showing up on the HUD. It'll be sorted soon. But for now, just remember the HUD is slightly lying. Just look at the map. The map will tell you everything you need to know. And yeah, it's Rich is the guy that is getting ripped off. All right, little tag on the Tobies. And MOUZ decided to stay slow. Hit them brakes. EXILIUM this time again with a stack towards the upper side of the map. 3 players present. Rich just gazing outside. Ready to try and hit a crispy dig. Lovely shot from AOK. And that might be the perfect bait to force MOUZ out towards the A stack, although with that player falling, the stack has already started to thin. Belly making a little bit of noise, dropping off a Tetris. Knew that there was danger coming from main side, but there's too many men coming towards him, and he's got to fight something at some point. Lovely little flash from Hikari to try and live. Gets that one pick. Rich as well from the backside. Gets some more damage done, but he needs to try to get to heaven in time. As Vladik, rather. Ooh, scout shot, crispy. Some damage done to the T's, and there is a world where they could win this. Ooh. But Hikari, unfortunately, can't clear his corners. Looks like he's been incredibly 4x3'd with a little pre-aim, swinging back into hut. NT. It was a low bite. Let's go. Okay. 6 for MOUZ now. You got to remember, that's 6 in a row as well. They won a 2v5, not the last round, but the previous to that. And it is a bit of a slow burn on EXILIUM, who will be able to buy again at least. So let's see if they can lock in after finding the triple opening. Or if history's not going to be looking too good today. Okay, pump out 8. Hikari stuck in the smoke. I think he did a little body block because they're all shooting at him. They'll find him eventually. Joey locks onto him through the smoke. 2 big openings. Now we've got the 4v2. EXILIUM already just looking to go for the save. Chrissy deep towards CT, trying to fight for dear life at the Little Red. And he's going to be done eventually. Or picked up. And Vladik, they know that he is going to be that ramp member. He's fully locked in. MOUZ just making sure that there is nothing silly happening. Joey opting back for the AK. But will be shot in the back. Satsu not quite ready enough. Went for the tippy taps. Vladik creates the space and will go back for the AWP as well. So it's not all bad, but EXILIUM really need to start finding some CT-sided rounds or they're cooked, mate. They could be cooked. 6 rounds, the difference now. And MOUZ NXT just continuing to spread the distance. Ooh, quick pause. Something's up. Someone's lagging. It is that time of the evening. 8 p.m. Everyone's home. Mum, get off Snapchat. What are you doing? All right, we are back. We are live. And we are on another force by around the saved AWP. Let's see what kind of meal Chrissy's going to cook us here. Definitely a chance, given the bite. Rich. Dancing around outside, but Vladik in the meanwhile has fallen. And Rich will find an answer onto AOK. So it's not all bad for EXILIUM. 2 players, however, already sneaking down to the halls. Chrissy pokes his little nose where it don't belong towards lobby. But if he's able to get this trade cut off, I think it's Toby's here. Joey, rather. Oof. Missed chance, but that is going to be the bomb spotted and grabbed. No, sorry. Bomb's actually made its way down towards the B site. I thought that was the bomb lacking for a moment. Belly going for a search on T-Roof. In the meanwhile, Satsu goes face-to-face with Hikari, and things get very awkward indeed. But we've already seen a couple of these individuals already win the 2v5, so don't count MOUZ out. Zelix and Toby's. We're going to make this one happen. All 3 CTs rotating, or 4 rather. Through the halls. Ramp control has been taken. MOUZ making a very proactive move to get over here in time, but I don't think the bomb's planted for him, so they really need to fight before the cross comes out, and they'll do just that. Last man has been spotted. And with that cross, he can't find the bomb. Nade goes out. Rich going for the kills instead. There is time, just barely. If he has a kit, I don't know if he does. Looks like he doesn't. Unfortunate scenes for Richie Rich, but he tried his hardest. Mate, the Latvians, unfortunately, not finding the success that they were hoping for. And each round just keeps on getting harder and harder. MOUZ winning another 2vx. Ridiculous scenes. Ooh, Satsu with the util. What do we got here? Lurk smoke outdoor. Diags as well. Going to be thrown by Zelex. Smoke break into the ramp pop. Vladik has been boosted. Won't get cleared. So a chance for a multi for sure. But he's got to go now. There's the first two. Won't flick to the third in time. But the damage has been done and info is certainly there. One man already trying to make his way down towards the lower site. Joey. Doubling back towards lobby. And Satsu retrieving the bomb. So another 2v4. And with Joey alive, who has been farming, surely they can get this done. Look at his crosshair placement. Almost flawless. Hard clearing the common lines. Belly's actually playing in hut. So we'll see if he expects the full wrap, but he's got Rich watching from above. There's the one tap. A little spray down. Thought he was going to get it on the first shot. And with that, things get even more difficult for Satsu. Goes down into the molly, but Hakari waiting with open arms. And that's going to be the second on the board, finally, for the Latvians. EXILIUM going to be incredibly happy with another round win. Certainly needed to try and, you know, give them a little bit of a kick in the backside. Allow them all to wake up and start fragging up a storm. Belly still asleep. I hate to call him out, mate. Look, I'm sorry, brother. But 0 and 9 is not a very nice scoreline to have to play with. Smoke break towards door. Nothing seen there. But Satsu... Okay. The flood again through the lurk smoke. Belly going to be caught on site solo. Mad blind. Swinging. Will be able to get on the board finally. Huge hold for 2 and maybe even the third. There it is. Little flick around. Joey. 1v3 angle. And he seems to have slipped the wickets there. Uh-oh. Chrissy could be in trouble. Oh, we'll spot it just in time. Fortunately for him, unscoped. And Joey, it's so hard. You want to look at the enemy and still try to get off the ladder as fast as possible, but you can't have it both ways. You know, you got to kind of risk it looking up in the air if you want to get that fast pop off. It's a rough choice. Eight to 3. EXILIUM, a chance to stack 4 CT rounds on finally at the end of the half. And MOUZ, the economy has been there for the whole half. It's almost a dream scenario. Hikari. Smoke break coming through. Tease destroyed. Nice little adaptation. The problem is it may be too little too late. We shall see shortly, depending on how this round goes. AOK, 1v3. Khalil in hand with half a mag, but he looks the wrong way, and that'll be that. 8 to 4 at the half. MOUZ in the lead by a considerable margin as they send it to the CT side. Okay, what do we got? EXILIUM. T-Pistola. Belly leading the charge. And Satsu after taking contact here. Oh, okay. Thought he was going to try to play his life, but he wasn't allowed to fall back. Belly said no. Joey, ooh, crispy shots. And the man's gotten away with 2. Turning around back on its head in favor of MOUZ, who want to go for the flood here, but Joey just keeps on shooting, keeps on going, but has a helping hand to hold on A-OK there to allow him to reload and get even more damage done. Last man, Vladik, going to be over towards double. And with that, Toby's looking to swing for the contact. Where's he up to go? What can you even do here? Bomb down at decon. Hard crossfire with another man above. No matter where he goes, he is just kind of cooked. Crossfire from above and below, and I believe there's a shadow. Ooh, revealing his position, flicking around. The shots might just get the job done, but it's Joey coming around on the quick flank to lock in 9. And ladies and gentlemen, we are just going to briefly come back shortly. Okay, we just need to sort some things out to make sure the HUD's all up and going for you guys, all right? But that is that. Still having some issues, so we will just be watching on the L standard HUD for all you homies at home. And we can just check it up the top there. Glaive smoke coming through from Zelex here. And it's a fast one. Straight into secret for the T's belly. He is entry fragger extraordinaire. Space taker master. Won't be able to find that second man, but Zelex close for the trade. Joey out of the equation, who has been fragging up a storm. So I guess that's a good thing out of what could be a rough situation, but that lower site has been mostly given up. I'm going to assume that Toby's is on upper. Looks like he's moving over to CT vent. But with 3 members over towards secret, it is just a full pause coming through for EXILIUM. Starting to make their movements now. And MOUZ NXT seem to be happy to play for the retake. Satsu over towards ramp. Probably going to be the one to go for that rotation, but it's just a matter of when. M4 retrieved and upgraded to for Hikari. But silence is the name of the game. Decon open, smoke and flashed across, and the plant has been secured. Rich doing the due diligence. And Toby's, won't hard clear there. Noise made in the vent, drawing his attention away, and this is well played from EXILIUM. Look at that, just like that. The flood is completely torn apart. And EXILIUM will find themselves 5 on the board. Plant there, 4 alive. Trades lacking off the back of that. But we'll take it, we'll take it. EXILIUM so showing some signs of life here, getting their first round for the second half. Still have a long way to go if they want to be in the conversation for taking this map, of course. But if you have a look there, plenty of cash for MOUZ NXT as well. And they're happy just to go for the aggressive play at ramp. Looks like Satsu is well pushed up. Flashed in, making moves, taking trophy. And with that, you're going to see EXILIUM start to go faster towards outside instead. Zelex here. And he does have that silencer on, so he could potentially go for a little bit of a spam through the smoke, but we'll just lock down the back of the diags instead, playing in the garage. Toby's. The contact man. He shoots. Joey swings, although Joey may get caught repositioning. But the off angle almost looked good enough. Belly going to be coming through for 2 AOK already down in the vent as well. And the proactive rotation may have just saved the round for MOUZ, but still a man down. And Satsu going on an expedition towards heaven. Has the timing on the swing. It's beautiful, Chrissy. Way too worried about a pop-up vent instead. Now on the 2v2. Vladik has the cover. Noise made in vent at the same time as Satsu makes his way out heaven. Nice little coordination here. Smoke down. We'll give AOK some cover to make his way out if needed. But he's just playing silly buggers, being a nuisance on that vent. And with the flash, there will be a tap to try and bait him out. And AOK has the line, making noise, just swinging all around everywhere. But there's plenty of time on that smoke. And this defuse is stuck. Vladik just trying to get away with his life and an AWP. With that, the buy ends up being okay. 2 players with 7k, 3 players in with 7k before the buy. AWP picked up, Galil bought down 2 for Belly. Full utility, you have a chance. You have an opportunity. And you have yourself a quick tactical to try and get anything going. Rough situation for EXILIUM, but it's so hard to feel like you can even go through that smoke, you know? It makes sense in the previous round. You just want to play your life a little bit. You're not feeling confident. Obviously, you're down. You don't want to make mistakes. Sometimes just running out of smoke looks stupid. You can look like an absolute clown doing that. But alas, he didn't. And we got another tactical. Got the double tack into the tack. That's a lot of strategy getting chatted about. Best of 3 series, though. This is MOUZ's map pick. So Inferno could be a whole different ball game for EXILIUM. You know, they're starting to get a little bit of momentum. At the end of the first half, obviously, start of the second half didn't go super well, but there's still time. There's still a chance. Okay, some conditioning util over towards outside. Just a couple of flashes. I don't think there's diags, but it's looking like the focus is towards inside initially. It looks like Chrissy's going to go back. Throw the outside smokes instead. Diags were there. And looks like it should be a refresh on them. Rich just waiting for the first one to come across. And he'll patch once that's there. I'll let a secret just instead. And MOUZ just hunting with a bit of spam. Okay, so that's what? 4 smokes already used for EXILIUM. 1 more can be used in the meanwhile. Looks like it is going to be used just to try and get him into main, which he will, but the molly cooks him. Actually, it was A-OK to take him out. The molly cooked someone else instead. Things getting real awkward here in vent. Joey, oh, mate, what are you doing? No scope going his way. He somehow gets out of that engagement completely untouched and is fully locked into secret. EXILIUM seem to have awarded themselves a 6th round. There's still a long way to go before the comeback is a possibility. And Joey's still thinking about this. He does have a kit. They don't have money. And they realize keeping the rifle alive to the next is just that little bit more important this time. But that ain't going to happen in the tunnels down below. I don't know where that plant was. But ain't that just a coinky dink, huh? I thought he would have survived there for sure. If it was planted default, maybe it was planted front sight. Who knows, huh? Who knows? Not me. 6 rounds the gap. and EXILIUM are making it happen, round by round. Okay, we got that El Clasico nip wall. The deeper wall. And with a low bite, MOUZ are looking to get aggressive. Flash in. Nice little poppy there. With that, Joey just clearing out as much as possible. But that's all been heard by, I believe, Vladik over towards T-spawn. Zelek shooting, spotting the wraparound. And with the yard control, this is definitely where you want to be. With the better weaponry. 2 CTs going for a dangerous approach. I believe, yeah, okay. They're in halls. So they won't be going toe-to-toe with Chrissy G, who is, I thought was stuck with the bomb. But he's actually at the back of Garage, belly turning up when it's necessary. Nice little flick. And in comes that contact out of secret. Okay. Contact has been made. One man swinging. Maybe not expecting the second, but Hikari certainly will be. All eyes on the right prize. Satsu, the only man to find any damage. But that's good. A solid round. 4 alive at the end of it. EXILIUM starting to stack up the bank. But, of course, there is not that much room for error on this attempt of a comeback. And we got the diags thrown again. This time, though, MOUZ making plays on the pistols. It's funny that, you know, sometimes these crazy rounds work so well, but teams only ever do them with pistols because, you know, they are risky. You do leave a lot of map open for the taking. But you just clear so much. And sometimes I wonder, what if teams started to do silly little pistol round fun strategies that may work, but with guns, you know? Look how much of the map they've cleared. Look how much of the map they've left dirty. It's crazy. It's a crazy world, Counter-Strike. If they get this pick onto Vladik, that's an upgrade to an AK. Spacing, ooh, not the greatest. Toby's and Zelek's. Okay, figuring it out. But grabbing the AK in the open. Gets Zelek's killed. And I dare say Satsu, he ain't even grabbing it. I knew he was watching it. They're trying to lock him in. He could just, yeah, fight for the AK. Maybe do some financial damage. But he's opted for the route towards outside instead. T-roof. Rather than going for the passive save, deep in T, he's just looking to get as much damage as possible. Locks that in. But getting from here to a place you don't die to the explosion is always a difficult one. You could... I was going to think, like, he could go for a silent drop on the ladder and maybe make his way to T. Didn't work out. AK gets passed across to, I believe it was Hikari, who did have that Mac 10 before. By the way, some financial damage done, just chipping away, round by round. And so are EXILIUM on their way to the comeback. 4 rounds needed to play OT. But with a full gun rounds and slightly low utility, MOUZ NXT are looking to close it out now. That is flash. Glaive smoke from MOUZ. And that was looking like diags. Boosting. No. Going for the late nip wall. I like the thought behind it. I didn't even see him there. A-okay. Looks like he got a little chip damage done from that tight line over towards the red box. Oh, re-peeking? Dangerous decision making. Can't see anything, mate. Okay, slide offline, just making sure no one can get into main unspotted. But again, with the way that we are watching EXILIUM start to use their utility, they are so heavy on the smokes early in the round, and then they've got like nothing for an exi. It's so different to how we saw MOUZ NXT playing it with just the pops through smokes. Huge amounts of flashes. Look at that timing peak from the back of Squeak. Zelex teamed up with Joey, and this should be a white flag in the air. The forfeit coming through. Rich, mate. Run to the hills. Run for your life. 1v5 is a big ask for even the best of players in the world. And I'd love for you to have a shot, but you're going to have to get past the first two to get the others. And that's going to be that. 1-0. MOUZ NXT are securing their map pick of Nuke, but it was great to see EXILIUM showing us that they are a capable team, and moving into map 2 of Inferno,